what do you mean by the set? Now, each and every one, we know that set means a collection of well-defined objects. That is right. And also, most preferably, each and every object must be of the same type we have. So, suppose we have defined capital A is like that 1, 2, 3, 8, 5, like that. So, what is the first one? Use of set theory. Now, a notation of the set theory. Now, we can use the curly braces, and in between the curly braces, we are giving the elements of the set. The elements of the set may be in order or maybe in not order. That means 1, 2, 3, then 8, then 5. There would be no problem. So that is the way. Most preferably, we use the set theory. Set. Then suppose another one, capital B. Now capital B means A, B, C, D, like that. Suppose another one set 4, 4, 4, 5. But that is not a set. Why? Because the 4, that element is here appearing 3 times. Each and every element in the set must be once. Only one time appearance is there for each and every set. So we can write C as 4, 5. That is the notation of the set C. Another one. Suppose the set of vowels in English. Okay. So set of vowels means A, E, I, O, U. So suppose we are writing it as capital V, then A, E, I, O, U. So that is the set of all vowels present. So in that way, we have 2 types of set practically. Number 1, it is finite, and another one is the infinite. Finite means when the number of elements in the set is finite or we can count. Suppose the set of vowels. So here A, E, I, O, U. Only 5 elements are there in the set. Suppose capital R, that is called the set of real numbers. Now, set of real numbers itself is a infinite type of number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, up to infinitely it is proceeding. So that type of set of real numbers, is an infinite set. Another one term that is called the singleton. What is the meaning of singleton? Now, singleton means when only one element is present. Only one element is present in the set. Suppose I am writing a set capital A as 1. So it is a singleton set because it is containing only one element. Suppose another one, B. It is containing only one element and that one is 0. So it is a singleton set. Suppose 5. But 5 means it is containing no element. So it is not a singleton set, because singleton set means it is containing only one element. Suppose C 1, 2, so it is containing two elements. So obviously it is not a singleton set. Okay. Now another one, according to the equality, the set may be equal. Sets may be equal. Equal means now it containing both the sets containing the same elements. Like suppose I am writing A as 1, 2, 3. Another one B using another notation. Suppose X, and X belongs to integer that is positive. So X is a positive integer. Moreover, X is less than 4. So obviously it should be starting from the positive integer that is 1, then 2, then 3, and end. So we can say A and B are equal set. And we can write it as A is equal to B in that way. And in other notation, if X belongs to A and X belongs to B, that means ki now when any element that is X belonging to A also belonging to B, same as when any element X that is belonging to B also belonging to A. So each and every element which are belonging to A also belonging to B. So those two sets are called equal sets. In that way, generally, we have some common sets from the number system. Capital N, normally written in that way. Capital N, that is called the set of natural numbers. Second one, suppose capital Z or capital I, that is the set of integers. That is not positive, that is not negative, integers. If we say about positive integers, then that is I plus. So those are positive integers only. Suppose we have I minus, so those are called negative integers set of. Another one, suppose capital Q, that is called the set of rational numbers. Already we had a discussion on the rational numbers. Rational numbers means the form where the P by Q are there. P and Q both are integers, but Q is not equal to 0. So that means we can say P comma Q both belonging to I, that means set of integers, but Q is not equal to 0. Another one that is already we have discussed, that is capital R, set of real numbers. And very common another one that is called the C, capital C, that is set of complex numbers. Is that clear now? Up to that? এই অবধি কি বোঝা গেছে? কারোর কোনো কোশ্চেন আছে বলো?
না স্যার, ঠিক আছে।
Okay, proceeding. Next one is called the subset, and another one is called the superset. So what is subset and what is superset? Subset and superset. Subset means a set is there which has some elements, and the elements of that particular set are also belonging to another set. Normally, we write it in the way A, that is the notation, then B. Suppose what is it? Now we have B is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we have A is equal to 1, 2, 3. Now in that case, think about A at first. 1, 2, 3. These three elements, 1, that is also present in set B. 2 is also present in set A and set B. 3 is also present in set A and both set B. Now, some elements from the set B has been taken and the A has been formed. So in that case, we can say A is a subset of B. And normally, once again, I am saying some elements has been taken from B and A has been formed. Now, it may happen all of the elements has been taken from B. So, suppose C is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, all the elements of set B has been taken and the C set has been formed. So, that C is also called the subset of B. Now you may say B is also the subset of C because all the elements of B are also present in the set C. So here we are saying B is also the subset of C. That is the case where we are writing B is the subset of C. Here check, I have not written the equal type sign. And here C is also subset of B. So when that type of operations are going on, that means both the sets are subset to each other. That means all the elements of B and C are same. So then we can say those as the equal subset. And only for that, we are writing B equal subset of C, or it may be written C equal subset of B. In that case, when that is the case of A, that is A is a subset of B, not equal subset, because not all the elements of B are present in A. Suppose BCA first year. So BCA first year students, you have 155 students near about. So all the BCA first year I have taken as a set. Now what is a subset of BCA first year students? Now suppose the students of alpha is practically a subset. Alpha means is a section. So when some students from the total BCA first year students has been taken. So that is the students of alpha section is a subset of students of BCA first year. Now, what is a superset? As usual, when we are saying A is a subset of B, then we are saying practically B is a superset of A. So that means which one is the subset, the opposite one, another one from where the set has been derived is called the superset. And how we can write it? Now we can write it B is the superset of A in that way. Same is here. C is superset of B, or B is superset of C. Both the cases, B and C are involved. So when that type of things are happening, that is the case of superset. So B is the superset of C, and no, in that case, the C is the superset. So that must be C is the superset of B, and here B is the superset of C. So when that type of supersets are happening, so we can also simply say both are equal set. B is equal to C because all the elements are same. So that is the concept of subset and superset. Then another one is coming. That one is called the power set. What is a power set? Now, all the set of the set or collection of all the subsets of any set. Suppose very simply we have a set that is A, and it is 1, 2, 3. Now, whatever the subsets we can get, very first one subset we can get 1. So we are just writing the subsets. Very first one with the only element 1, that is a subset. 2, another one subset. 3, another one subset. Okay. Another one subset may be 1, 2, 2, 3, or 1, 3. Another one subset, it may be 1, 2, 3. So what is the total number of set we have found yet now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But there must be another one subset that is called
The 5
the 5
sets,
5
null set.
or null set. Why? Because null set is the subset of every set. So what is the power set? Power set is the set or collection of all the subsets of any set. How many elements are there? Not 3. So n, or number of elements in the set, must be here, that is 3. So total number of elements in the power set must be 2 to the power n, or in that case that must be 2 to the power 3 or 8. So let's check with the whatever power set we have found, and that is called using the notation P of A. That is not the like probability, that is power set for P. So we are getting the very first one, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, and finally the 5. Check the total 8 number of elements are present in the power set of set A. Same as, suppose a very small, we have a set that is B. So B is very simply A, B. So how many elements are there? 1, 2. So what should be the total number of elements in its power set? Now that is 2 to the power 2 or 4. So what are the subsets? A, B, then AB. So completely 3. Then another one, that is 5. So the power set of B must be 5, A, B, then A comma B. In the same way, suppose if we have a set that is 1, 2, 3, 4. So how many elements are there? Now 4. So how many elements should be in its power set? Now in the power set, there must be 2 to the power 4 elements, or there must be 16 elements in the power set of C. You may check it. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 1, 3, 1, 2, 4, then 1, 2, 3, then 2, 3, 4, like that. Okay, yet now another one set that is called as like phi set, we know that is called the null set. Like null set, we have universal set. That means we can say that is the superset of every set, whatever the set we have. As like the term universe, or we have universal. So that is written in the form of capital U, like, or sometimes capital U, sometimes capital S. Okay, so universal set means the superset of every set. Each and every element which are present in any set must belong to the universal set. And already has been discussed that we may define our universal set. So suppose BCA first year student, BCA first year student. Now we may have, according to our requirement, our universal set. So we can at first can say the universal set of BCA first year student for first year students. That means first year students of BCA, BBA, MCA, MTech, BTech, each and everyone, BSc, MSc. So there is no difference. Second, suppose another one we can set the universal set, like students of first year and second year of that particular college. Once again, we can say the students of any place. Then we can also define our universal set as students of any country. Or we can also define the universal set like the students of world. So according to our requirement, we can change the universal set also. So each and every case, BCA first year student is the subset of each and every one universal set, whatever we have defined here. Clear up to that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So next one, another one thing that is called the Venn Euler diagram. Venn Euler diagram. Now, what is Venn Euler diagram? Now, Venn Euler diagram is the representation of set graphically or using some rectangle and some oval or circle. Practically, it was created or by John Venn. John Venn, and year maybe 1834 to 1923, who was involved in the John Venn diagram. So that is a diagrammatical representation where we can also define the operations on set and also represent the set, and also we can solve the problems on the set very easily. In that case, I am not discussing at the first time. In that case, whatever we are doing according to Euler diagram, a rectangle is there which is representing our universal set, and an oval shape or circular shape is defining any set. So that one is the set and that one is the universal set. That means the rectangle. So suppose if we have A is equal to 1, 2, 3 and B is equal to 1, 2, suppose subset. So we can simply say B is a subset of A. So here we are writing in that way 1, 2, 3. So 1 and 2 are practically subset of A. That means B. So we can also draw B in between that, where that blue color is the subset of A. So that is a very simple representation of the subset, and also A is the superset. As usual, we know the elements which are present in A, those are forming the set A, but which are not present in A. So obviously those are present in the universal set. So that one we say as the A complement. So according to Venn diagram, the other portion except A, the red colored circle, all the other elements present in the universal set is containing the set or forming the set that is A complement, and that is can be written using AC or A bar and called as A complement or complement of set A. So at first, what are the operations? Already two operations has been known. That is first one is called the union of sets, written in the term that is capital U like. If we have A is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4 B is equal to 1, 2, 5, 6. So union means we can write A union B, 1, 2, 3, 4. Those are from set A. Then 1, 2, 5, 6. Those are from set B. But here we have 1 and 2 appearing 2 times. That cannot happen in any set. So we are removing 1, we are removing 2. So obviously the union is now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is the union of the two sets. Already we know that is union of set is following the commutative law and also the associative law. Commutative law means if A union B, the operation or the resultant set is also equal to B union A. Moreover, for the associativity, A union B union C, that is also same as A union B union C. That is the union of sets, first operation. Second operation, that is called the intersection. That means which elements are common in present, written in the form of reverse U type. So suppose A 1, 2, 3, 4, B 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, C 1, 2, 7, 5. Now look at the elements which are present in all the sets. So A intersection B intersection C, common 1, 1, 1. So we can write 1 here. Then 2, 2, 2. So we can write 2 here. 3, 3. But 3 is not present here. So we are removing 3. Then 4, 4, 4. But 4 is not present in C. So obviously from here we can say no other elements are common in A, B, and C. So that is the intersection. Next one is called the difference of two sets. Operation is called the difference of two sets, and the notations are for difference as like we say that is subtraction type, but that is not like the normal subtraction. Suppose we have two sets. A is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and B is equal to 1, 2, 3, 7, 8. So when we are proceeding with the A minus B, before that, once again, I am saying for the intersection is following the commutative and associativity, both operations. Now, A minus B. When we are proceeding with the A minus B, which one set we are subtracting or differentiating? That means which one is on the right hand side of the difference operation of the set theory. Just remove all the elements from that set at first. So remove all the elements of set B. That means 1, 2, 3, 7, 8. Don't think about those elements. So simply 7, 8 must not be there. Okay. Now think about which elements were intersected or common for the set A and set B. So here we can think 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. So the difference of A minus B must be only 4 and 5. 1, 2, 3, 7, 8. So at first, remove all the elements from B. So 7, 8 must be deleted. 1, 2, 3, 7, 8. Then only the elements which are also not intersected. That means 1, 2, 3. Those are also subtracted from set A. That means which is on the left hand side of the difference of the two sets. In the same way, suppose we have B minus A. What is happening here? So remove all the elements from set A at first. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 4, 5 must not be there. And we have 1, 2, 3 as common from A and B both. So simply 1, 2, 3 would be deleted and the result would be 7, 8. That is like 1, 2, 3, 7, 8 minus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So remove 4, 5, 1, 2, 3 at first. Then check which are the commons. So 1 is the common, 2 is the common, 3 is the common. So also remove 1, 2, 3. So finally we are getting 7, 8. That is called the difference of two sets. In notation, we can write it as A minus B is equal to X, where X belongs to A and X not belongs to B. So in notation, A minus B, that means X is belonging to A and X is not belonging to B. Look at the thing. Whatever we have found, that is 7, 8, that is belonging to B. In that case, that one A minus B. So here, whatever we have found, that is 4, 5 belonging to A. So 4, 5 belonging to A. But whichever in the set B is not belonging. So in the case of B minus A, that should be X. So X belonging to B and X is not belonging to A. That must be the known fact of the difference of two sets. Is that clear yet now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next, another one operation, and that one is called the symmetric difference. That is called the symmetric difference. Now, it can be a notation that is capital delta, a Greek letter. Which one is called the small delta? And that one is called the capital delta. That is an operation. So symmetric difference, suppose set A and of set B, that can be written in two ways. Two way means A symmetric difference B. That the first one is called A minus B union of B minus A. That way you can write or calculate, or another way, that is A union B minus A intersection B. Let's check what is happening. Suppose we have a set A 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Another one set, suppose B 2, 3, 7, 9, 11. So what is happening with the A symmetric difference B? At first, I am proceeding with that one. That means A minus B union B minus A. First time, A minus B. What is A minus B? Remove all the elements from B and also which elements are intersected or present in the B also. So 9, 11, that must not be there. So it's better I am writing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all the elements from set A. Then 9, 11 is not there, but 2, 3, 7, those are present. So A minus B means 1, 4, 5, 6. Then union, write down B minus A. So write down all the elements of B or the set B itself. 9, 11. Then which are common or intersected? Here, that is 2, 3, 7. So union of 9, 11. After that, we are getting 1, 4, 5, 6, 9, 11. That is the first way or formula we are finding. Then the second way. Now the second way means A symmetric difference B, that is A union B minus A intersection B. So let's check. A union B means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2, 3, 7 already common, 9, 11 minus A intersection B 2, 3, 7. Okay. Now that subtraction. Subtraction means remove the second set and also the intersected. Practically here, only the intersected parts are there. So remove, once again, I am writing 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 11, 2, 3, 7, 2, 3, 7. So it is becoming 1, 4, 5, 6, 9, 11. Both are same. So in that way, we can find out the symmetric difference. So what are the 4 operations practically we have with the set theory? First one is union. Second one is intersection. Third one is difference. Fourth one is the symmetric difference. Then how we can represent it diagrammatically in the Euler diagram or Venn-Euler diagram. Let's check with the first one operation, that is called the union. So we have 2 sets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then B is equal to 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9. Suppose those two, we are operating with that particular 2 sets only. So first one is the union case. Draw the rectangle, no problem. We have 2 sets here. Now we may write or draw A is here, B is here. But that type of diagrammatical representation would be a wrong representation. Because why? Because in those cases, A and B may have some common elements. So when the common elements are there, that must be in set A and B both. So if we write in that way, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So at first we are writing the elements. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if we want to draw that particular thing, the set is becoming not oval shape of rectangular shape. Another one, suppose for the set B, there would be a problem because 1, 2, 3 is here and 7, 8, 9 is here. So we cannot draw it like that. That is a wrong representation. So try to draw in that way. That means there may be some overlap or some common elements may be there. So the first one is called A, second one is called B. Now write down the elements there if required. 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. Those three elements are common with A and B. Now that middle part, write down 1, 2, 3. So it is representing 1, 2, 3 are both present in A and B. Then 4, 5, 6 only present in the set A but not B. Just according to the first red color small A set, that is representing 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3. Then for set B, 7, 8, 9 are the extra. Okay. So which one is our common element? So common element means that is also our intersection part. So we are saying that one as a intersection or A intersection B, which is containing 1, 2, 3. Then which one is our union? So obviously the union means 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9. So the complete part is our union in that way. Whatever I have done it using a slate color. Okay, so that means A union B is our sorry here, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I can say using slate color and using green color. Okay, now suppose we have three sets like, okay, that will be discussed later. At first, the third operation, that is difference, how we can proceed. Okay, now once again look at the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so what should be the difference? Another rectangle that is representing our universal set. So we are proceeding with the difference, just writing A 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, B 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so draw the first one, set A, and another one, that is set B. using two other colors. Now, whatever the meaning of difference, now delete or don't think about all the elements of set B, but and also from the set A, which are intersected, remove those. So simply, I am writing it at first. So 1, 2, 3 is the common. Then 7, 8, 9 is here. 4, 5, 6. So what is the difference? A minus B. So A minus B means simply 4, 5, 6. So draw the 7, that one. So which one is our difference of A minus B? Whichever I have drawn using the pink color, that is our A minus B. Same as, suppose we want to check what is about B minus A. That means 7, 8, 9. So draw this, we can find. So using green color, we have drawn the 7, 8, 9 or B minus A. Another one operation, that is symmetric difference. How we can proceed with the symmetric difference in Venn diagram. Suppose so symmetric difference means we have delta, capital delta, and once again we have A, B, sorry, A is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and B is equal to 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9. So at first, draw the rectangle. Okay, that is our capital E. So draw the first one set, that is A. Draw the second one set as B. So which one is our symmetric difference? At first, find the elements. A, symmetric difference B. So that means 1, 2, 3. Okay, write down at first. 1, 2, A, A union B minus A intersection B. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 minus 1, 2, 3. So remove 1, 2, 3. Sorry, that should be 7, 8, 9 also here. So remove 1, 2, 3, and we are getting 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That is from set A, that is from set B. Only the intersected part has been removed. So which one is our part? That is only removing the intersection part, just the portion of A minus B, A minus B, union of B minus A. Already in the previous Venn diagram, we have found the pink color type is the A minus B, and the green color was B minus A. So A symmetric difference B means A minus B union of B minus A. The same already we have written in the form of A union B minus A intersection B. Final one, another one, net set using Venn or all the Venn diagram. Suppose we have three sets, that is A is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. B is equal to 1, 2, 5, 6. Suppose C is equal to 1, 2, 7, 8. So if we want to draw the Venn diagram, same as draw the rectangle or the universal set here. Okay, then first draw set A. Then second draw the set B. Already that is outside of the U, that must not be set. Another one, suppose that is set C. So draw it. That is not becoming perfect circle. Okay. So that first one is our set A. The red one is set B. The green one is red, set C. So what we are containing now, we have a common element, that is 1 for set A, B, and C. So we are writing it here because that one is the only common part. Look, that is also containing set A, set B, set C. Okay, then next one, how we can write the other things. Now that one, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now which are common in set A and set B? Set A has 2, 2.
স্যার 2 তো তিনটাতেই কমন আছে।
2 is also present in 3. So that means 1 and 2 are both intersected. So that means A intersection B intersection C is equal to 1, 2, right? So that must be in the all. Okay, then 3, 4 not present in B or C, so that must be 3, 4. Then for B, that is 5, 6. For C, that is 7, 8. Suppose here I am writing 4. So that means 4 must be in set A and set B also, but not all. So 4 must not be here. 4 must be here. Because just look at the thing, that portion is A intersection B. But 4 is present in A and B, but not in C. So that white portion is containing the red and blue intersection is giving us the 4, that position. So in that way, we can proceed with the Venn or Euler diagram. Yet now, is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Last one, how also we can say to using the normal way to prove something. Suppose we have okay, we cannot proceed with that thing because that must take so much time. So another day for the set theory we need, because we have not done any type of problem also. So only simple things at that moment. What are the properties of symmetric difference? Symmetric difference properties are A symmetric difference phi is equal to A, and also A symmetric difference A is equal to phi. That means with the null set, symmetric difference gives us A, and also with the same set, give us the null set. Second one, A symmetric difference B is also B symmetric difference A. Third one, A symmetric difference, B symmetric difference C. That is also A symmetric difference B, symmetric difference C. So that means the second one is called the commutative. Third one is the associative. Now for the normal difference. Difference of properties or difference properties. Okay, simply if we have A minus phi symmetric difference, normal difference A minus phi, what should it give? Now already we are removing all the sets of null set, so already we are getting A itself. And once again, if we have A minus A, that means all the common elements are the same elements of set A, so we are getting the phi. So that is the first one. But second one, that means A minus B is not equal to B minus A. That means does not follow the commutative law. Symmetric difference does not, normal difference of sets does not follow the commutative law. If we have A minus B or the normal associative law connected with, that is also would be a problem, because A minus B minus C, that we cannot get. So A minus B minus C, that is also a way of find out. Let's check what is happening here. We can get. So then we can say, is that equal or not? Commutative law is not following, but the associative is following. Simply A is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. B is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. C is 5, 6. C is equal to 1, 2, 7, 8. Let's check at first A minus B. So A minus B means 1, 2, 5, 6 would be removed. So that is 3, 4. Then minus C with that. So that means 1, 2, 7, 8. So we are getting 3, 4. Okay. Next one, the right hand side. A minus B minus C. So at first A is written 1, 2, 3, 4 minus, then B minus C, that is becoming 7, 8, 1, 2, 7, 8. So it is becoming only 5, 6. Okay. Now after 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, 6, we are getting 1, 2, 3, 4, not the 3, 4. So that is not equal to the same or does not follow the associative law also. Okay. Final term, just the final term, that is also, that is called the disjoint sets. Disjoint sets, that means set A, B are disjoint if A intersection B is equal to 5. That means there are no common elements between A and B. Then we can say A and B are disjoint sets. Same as A, B, C are disjoints if A intersection B intersection C is equal to 5. And for that, only for that, the valid Venn diagram is here. I am writing only for A, B, C. That is the universal set. No common element. So A is here. No common element. So B is here. No common element. So C is here. In that case, we can say A, B, C are disjoint sets.